in making money. And you want to lock your trade, you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training program. Glad you could be here today. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was founded by, is owned by, is managed by, is incorporated by Chad Christian, whom we affectionately call Coach. And he coaches us on all things related to investing our money, such as day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, covered calls, cash secured puts, teaches us in how to trade in stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, and more. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to manage and navigate through each investment vehicle. He also educates us on different trading strategies for different situations in the market. Glad you can be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the trading moderators here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. And we're glad you could be here with us today to talk about everything futures. And I suddenly have one of my monitors decided it wants to swing around. There we go. All right, let me adjust this again. TikTok. TikTok, again, I'm trading from my iPad. If you want the full screen view, please head on over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, for the full screen and audio experience. And not only that, you get to see my lovely face if you're over there on the YouTubes, right? You can see me. I know that's not a big thrill in the world, but I'm adjusting things here. My screen got a little messed up there. All right. So glad you could be here. If this is your first time, I ask that you click that subscribe button, like, and share. For those of you on the YouTube, make sure you click that thumbs up button. I see you over there. You aren't clicking that thumbs up button. I can tell how many people's in the room right now, and it doesn't match the amount of thumbs up. Let's get them thumbs up smashed over there on YouTube. Also on our live YouTube chat feed there, Doug has been one of our moderators, has been gracious enough to put in some direct links that you can click on to our different membership packages. And there's a whole bunch there that'll save you, or you can go directly to our website at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll about halfway down our website, and there you will see our membership packages and also a link to our free Discord. When you join our free Discord, that gets you instant access to our stock lounge where you can interact with other members, ask questions, discuss trades. There's some training materials in there also, videos, documents. There's a discount channel for different things in there for discounts. There's all kinds of things that you can access for free. Again, now your free account is limited on what you can access versus being a paid member. If you'd like to up your education and training, grab one of them membership packages, because paid members and paid membership has its privileges. Not going to apologize for that. Speaking of our membership packages, we do have the Diamond package. It is $5,000 one-time payment. That is our all-inclusive membership. It includes being able to trade stocks, stock options, crypto, and my personal favorite, this one, futures. Those are all one-time pay, never ever pay again, lifetime memberships. That includes everything we have now and everything that we will create in the future. We will be having a platinum plan coming out here sometime here in the very near future. It's still being worked on, and they figure the pricing on that's probably going to be about $12,000 a year, and that will automatically be included with your Diamond membership. Pay once, never pay again. Matter of fact, let me have Coach tell you a little bit about that. And let's make sure we have audio. If anytime you can't hear my audio, because I had to tear down my other system and hook it back into my other system, if you can't hear something, make sure you holler in the chats and let me know. And here you go. Here's Coach talking about the Diamond memberships.
You luckily today have rolled into the largest and fastest stock market education company the world has ever seen. Again, if I were you, seriously take advantage of the Diamond Lifetime membership. Last 2 days with that, you'll get access to the membership lounge. You will have an open microphone where you can ask any questions all day from 8:45 until 4 o'clock. You guys will get all the hot stock picks. You'll get the pre-market setup, the IPO center, any earnings that are coming out, and of course, our videos on demand. The VIP membership, with that, you'll get the pre-market access starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. You guys will get access to the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. You guys will get the VIP training videos and the trading view indicators, gold add-on. You can get the mastermind classes, 1 hour of tech support. You'll get weekend training. You'll get the VIP gold lounge access, priority help desk support. Our news service, you'll get all the breakout rooms. Everything, of course, for you will be recorded for crypto, futures, or stocks and options. You'll get our live Apple chat. You'll get our futures membership. And, of course, all of the extra Zoom classes when they have them. Crypto is the same thing. If you guys want to jump into the crypto, I believe that one now includes the trading view indicator. Same thing, all the training videos, anytime that the Zoom sessions are available. Now, the Zoom sessions for crypto is a little different just because it's a 24-hour, so we try to bounce that one around so you get different time and different events. We are always posting those, so you guys make sure you take advantage. You get everything. Unlimited, lifetime access, all of our membership services, right? Meaning anything that I create. Platinum's coming up, you'll have access to it. I believe that's going to be $1,000 a month. Diamond, you'll get access to that with just this $5,000. If you can't get it today, don't worry. You can still get it, but it's going to be 20 grand. All right. So don't freak out. Any Diamond members, you want to speak up about the Diamond membership program? Do you like it? Is it dog crap? Should they avoid it? Is it trash? Talk to me. Let the world know.
Do it.
Best investment ever.
Work with guys, you have to invest in yourself. Please invest in yourself.
I think, Coach, I think it's dog crap because I can't get anything else done. There's so much training available. It takes up all your free time. The training is massive. You're just never going to stop learning with it. Get the Diamond.
There you go. That's Coach talking about the Diamond membership. That is normally priced at $20,000. It has been running this promo for a couple weeks. It is $5,000 one-time payment and done. This price will be going back to its regular price of $20,000 starting at midnight on Monday morning. In other words, Sunday night. You got till Sunday night to grab this $5,000 offer. If not, it's still going to be there. It'll just go back to its normal price of $20,000. So even that is a good deal still, because if you would buy all these memberships that we have and all the a la carte items that we have that you can buy, it's over a $50,000 value in today's money. It doesn't include any of the future programs costs. And like we said, the platinum one's probably going to come in around $1,000 a month. $12,000 a year, that will automatically be included with your Diamond membership. That you would only pay one time $5,000. How do I get that? Well, there's two ways. You can go over on our YouTube channel, and Doug has been so kind to put clickable links in the YouTube chat. You can click on those. He also has every one of our memberships that are available. You can buy each membership on an annual basis, annual, semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly basis, if that fits your budget at this time. Understand everybody doesn't have $5,000 just laying around they don't know what to do with. And if you don't, we even have it, you can pay monthly. Build your account up, and then over time, maybe upgrade your membership down the road. So there's different ways, different budgets for different things. The one of our things you could do, it's absolutely free for a couple days, so you can grab our premium membership. Now, that's $125 a month. Or we have the premium lifetime is a one-time payment of $750, which equates to basically 6 monthly payments. If you pay the $750 up front, you have it for life. and it's yours to keep forever with no additional payments. So, however, we have a promotion going on through the month of June where you can come in and kick the tires for 2 days for free. And let Coach tell you about that also.
Great news. Free access to our premium membership services. You can enjoy all the membership services and resources that our premium members enjoy without paying a dime. After 2 days, your card will be charged a normal monthly fee and you can cancel at any time. Before you dive in, here's Coach Chad Christian, a 33-year stock market veteran and the owner of American Dream Trading, to tell you exactly what's included with your premium membership.
Head over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get signed up at least for the free Discord. Make sure within the first 24 hours you verify your account. You will get an email from us to make sure you verify your account, or the system will kick you off thinking you are spam. So make sure you do that. So you guys can get into our premium membership at $125 a month. With that, you'll get access to the membership lounge, which we have 250 people in here right now. You will have an open microphone where you can ask any questions all day from 8:45 until 4 o'clock, as long as the market is open. You guys will get all the hot stock picks, which we've already posted and have already been making money on this morning. You'll get the pre-market setup, which will give you key critical areas at the opening bell and throughout the day. The IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will have access to those. Any earnings that are coming out, like NVIDIA tonight, you will have information on that. And of course, our videos on demand. We have 11 full training videos to get you started. Things like the 2-minute EWO, day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, etc. All inside of our premium membership for $125 a month.
So once again, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to get signed up for your 2-day free trial. See you there.
All inside of our premium membership for $125 a month.
And there you go. There you go. That is our 2-day free trial on our premium membership. And if you decide to stay after the 2 days, you don't have to do anything, and your payment method will be automatically billed. If you do not wish to continue, all you have to do is click cancel and you won't be billed. It would be totally free for 2 days. That's our entry-level premium membership. There you go. Anyhow, glad you could be here. See you over there, CB Steele, over on TikTok Live. Bucko's over there. Thanks for the shares and the likes. Doug's also in over there also. If you have any questions at any time during this live broadcast concerning futures, feel free to ask. We'll try to do our best to answer those questions as time allows. All right, so ask away. Go in over there also. If you have any questions, right, mute that there. Good to see Nick back again. How's it going there, Nick? Regular attender here. And of course, we got Doug over there as one of moderating there. So if you have any questions, Doug will help answer those also. So glad you could be here. Anyhow, it's kind of a weird day today. I had to fill in for Coach to start with. Not that that's weird. That's part of my job duties. But kind of had a slow morning this morning. Struggled a little bit there for a while. Then there was a couple runners, and I did all right. I had double-digit, or 5-digit gains this morning, and that was it. And I quit for the morning and didn't come back into the market until, 12:30 maybe? 12? Whatever time it was, I forget. And I caught some runners. We got in there, and I traded bigly and won bigly. And actually 7x'd my account, my earnings this morning, my profits. Not my total account, but my profits for the day. So I had a couple great big trades there that worked well in my favor. Matter of fact, we actually walked and talked through a couple of those at the same time with our paid members during our training session. Part of the futures membership / diamond membership is we have a live Zoom call here in the futures starting at 8:30 each and every morning, Monday through Friday, where we live trade together as a group. It's not that we're telling each other what to buy or sell. We don't do that. We are not a call out group, and it's illegal to do that. So but we will discuss the trades. People will say, hey, I don't have a level here. Has anybody got a level, a historical level? And somebody usually does, and they'll answer the questions. We'll discuss trades. Sometimes we'll walk through them. Again, if I'm sharing my screen, I don't ever tell anybody when I get in or when I get out. We'll discuss possible entries or exits. What's their plan? Where's your historical levels? Where's your indicators? What do all those mean in relationship to each other? Where's your regression channel? All these little things that we come into play during our live trades. Sometimes we really don't think about it. It's just second nature, and we just react to what we see. We trade to trade in front of us. However, we also find it's very effective is to talk out loud during your trade. You're home by yourself, whatever. Talk like a crazy person. Talk yourself through the trade. Should I get out of this trade yet? Is there anything in this that says I should get out of the trade? What is my where's a point in this trade that may stop my profit potential, right? Is there any barriers to my profit potential? Where are they located at? What's the L2 show? Is there any walls there if you use the L2? It's just another tool in your tool belt. You don't have to have it. I love it, and I won't trade without it. But as long as you have your historical levels marked, you don't really need an L2. It's just nice to have as a visual aid. So we will talk through those things, and we did that today, right? We forget sometimes, what's my exit plan? Now that I'm in this trade, what is my exit plan as far as upward movement if I'm in the green? Or what's my exit plan if this trade goes against me? Where's my line in the sand that no matter what happens, I'm getting out here? That way, you talk yourself through those things, even out loud verbally, which is probably better for me. For me, it is anyway, when I do those kind of things. And that way, when it happens, to get out. You're not trying to develop a plan while everything's going against you, right? And you're freaking out. You think, oh my gosh, I'm losing money now. What do I do, right? So now you're trying to develop a plan in the event of attack or a panic, right? Well laid out plans are there for a reason so that you can institute them when needed, right? So as soon as you enter a trade, you should have an exit strategy. What do I do if it goes up? What do I do if it goes down, right? So without that, then you're just flailing along in water. You're just paddling, treading along, not trading without a plan, right? So once you get in, you should decide instantly, what's my exit? Now, you don't ever know what's the top or what's the bottom, but you still have to have an exit plan. Where is the least that I will allow it to go against me? Is it realistic, right? Is it too tight? Is my stop's too tight? Am I giving it not enough wiggle room? Because you do have to let your candles breathe, right? You can see how these all have wicks on them, right? You gotta have to let your candles breathe. Every thing that you trade has an average price movement per candle. Okay. On ES, it's on an average day when things aren't crazy, it's $3 per 1 minute candle, right? That's what you call the ATR. Now there's indicators you can get for that. Coaches indicators also have that as part of your paid membership. Let me slide this over here real quick just so you can see it. You probably won't be able to see it on, let me show TikTok. Anyway, over here on this corner, it tells me what my ATR is. Right now, on a 1 minute candle, it's actually a little more volatile. It's 6. 2 minute candle, it's 9. What does that mean? That means for every 2 minute candle, that thing is going to move up 9 ticks or 6 ticks, right? And there's 4 ticks to $1, right? So you have to account for that movement up and down. Or you can just do the math yourself. You can look here. How many dollars is that? Let's look at this candle here. It's at 46. Let's just call that 47. And we'll call this one 44. What's 4 from 7? $3, right? That's 12 ticks on that big candle. So these other ones are smaller. So you have to have enough room for that candle to breathe, or you're always going to get stopped out. And then you have to pad that average, right? It's called an average true range, or ATR for short. That's important to know so that you can set up your stops, because every trade you enter, you have a stop set. On my Weeble here, I have my standard entry stop loss is 25 ticks. And it's different for different things. That's just what I enter with, and I'll adjust it up or down depending on what I'm trading. So you have to protect your downside. You don't want to limit your upside, but you do want to protect the downside of your trade at all times. Never trade without a stop. Look at this big gamma candle. Well, what do we know about gamma candles there, crew? What do we know?
50% retracement.
Oh, really? Okay.
A really good scalp.
No, look
You
at
can catch
this.
that
Let's see
move
what
back
happens
up.
here. All right. And we'll see, because sometimes it doesn't retrace, right? But we'll see what happens. I entered this trade. I tried to guess the bottom. You never really know, right? We'll see if this pulls back 50%. Or maybe it's going to go down all the way more. We don't know, right? But generally on a large, what we call a gamma candle, you'll generally get 50% retracement in the same candle. Just so happened that this one timed out. And right there, I just locked in about $3,000 just on that little bit of movement on that with 100 contracts. That is how we make money. I actually netted out $2,210. Okay. And that little bit of movement, right? About not even half. Actually got out of it. I was a little slow with the clicking. I thought it said about, it was over 3 when I thought I clicked it. And see, it retraced and I got out. Now it's going to pull back down, right? So that's one little principle that Coach teaches us on a large gamma candle. You may get a 50% retracement. Statistically, you will. Not always. It could have kept going, right? You never really know, right? Because it could very easily keep going, and then you're out, then you're messed up. So what did I do? Instead of when this pulled back on that, when they were shorting that, selling it off, I jumped in at a buy down here, and I rode this candle here didn't really retrace, so it was the next candle because the time was up for the candle change. And I got whatever. That's probably 30% maybe. I grabbed, right? And as you can see down here, now this is my paper trading account, but I still do this every day with my real account, right? We had this discussion, did we not? Live during our training session. We were trading, it was a yes, wasn't it? I believe. We were talking about different trading strategies.
I think it was MES, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about different trading strategies for different situations, and that was one of them. I called it out as it happened. What do we do? Right? Some people took advantage of it, some didn't. I did, and I did well, right? So you always see I'm hesitant of saying how much I made. Paid members know what I made. I shared it with them freely. Am I going to tell you guys? I could. I mean, it's not that it's a big deal to tell you how much money I earned today. You wouldn't believe it anyways, you know. So I'll just short circuit the haters, or the unbelievers, right? People that don't really believe it anyway, because, you know, I'm just some random dude on the internet. You don't know me, right? From Adam. So that's why I usually don't say what I make. Coach does a lot of times, but he always asks my permission, but I just don't do it all the time. So here we go. There's back to the upside after this double bottom bounce. What do we do at double bottom bounces, folks? Paid members. What are double bottom bounces good for?
Calls.
There you go. Calls on support, right? You got this. It's pretty weak double bottom, but there's a little bounce you could have took, right? You tweak that just a hair, right? See, this one's off just a hair. It really is up here more. Catches the bottom of that candle, these, and the top of these. So you can see it's been a little sporadic, but so we buy calls on support, or in other words, since we're not doing stock options, we're doing futures, we go long, right, on bottom bounces, and we can lock in profits there. And as you can see, it did bounce, and then it bounced off the 55 up there, wicked off of that. So those are things that we do. You know, it's knowing all the different trading strategies for different situations. Double bottom bounces, double top bounces, those type of things, 50% retracement plays. Look at that large pull. What do we do with these large gamma candles, folks? What do we do when you have a gamma candle?
The retracement.
Yeah, look.
50% retracement.
There you go. Well, I was a little slow again because I was talking. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Is this going to go back up again? Oh, look at that. There's 50% over 50. That's more because I didn't catch the bottom properly. Oh, look at that. We'll just lock that in there. That's close enough for hand grenades. Okay. Right? There you go. What am I up now? I am up almost $12,000 in 2 trades. On what principle? What principle did I do in those 2 trades? Anybody?
50% retracement.
Okay. Does that work?
Yes, it does. I was trying to get to the mute button. I couldn't get that fast enough.
Okay,
Sorry
Ralph.
about that.
I didn't know if you fell asleep on me. I know we've been up all day, but I'm just checking. Just checking. Okay. All right. So that was on a gamma candle, right? That's what that was. Now, it doesn't always do that. It could have kept blowing off, right? And will you get caught once in a while? Yep. I was using statistical odds, right? So generally when you get a huge sell-off like it. Now, we've seen it do that where it just keeps going, right? And, well, if that happens, you just immediately get out of the trade and go the other way. That's all. You have to react quick when those things happen to you. And it does happen to me. So, not every trade I make is green. It's far from it, right? What else we got going on here? Where's the NASDAQ? Here's the NASDAQ. Did it do the same thing? Sure did. It had the same sell-off, right? There. It's going on 230. Don't know why, or it was just a programmed sell-off. But that's what your stops are for. If you'd been going up, that's why you always trade with a stop. I did some platinum trading today. I did some gold. I did some... What else did I trade? I don't know. I might have done ES. I trade ES practically every day.
The platinum chart just looks like a absolute beauty, don't it?
Oh, they are. I made good money off them today. Matter of fact, I think that was my... I'd have to go look at my post, but I think that was my biggest win this morning before the market opened. I love platinum. I mean, I haven't been trading it regularly, but for the last 2 weeks I have. Things got set new record highs, right? I don't remember what the... let me look here. What the...
I was actually calling out this morning. Platinum a new high. Platinum another new high.
Yes, you were.
That's what I was about to say. Matt been on platinum all morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it did set a new high, I think, today. 1289. Does that sound right? Yes, it did. Previous was at... or no, 1279 was the new high. Now it's 89. So, yeah, it's moved up. I got to move my line up on my other chart over here. Move that up. Why? Because that'll be a new level that it has to break through, right? 88, 89, 89. That number there. Try that. Here we go. Now I adjusted my line on my other chart over there. So yeah, it's been really nice. A lot of it has to do with trade and with news a few weeks ago that there might be a possible shortage in the markets of platinum. So
Yeah, they said that they've been using platinum for jewelry making over gold because of the price of gold been running so high. So people switching to platinum as an alternative.
Yeah. And it's really not a precious metal. It's an industrial metal. I mean, we consider it precious because, it's just like you can't go in your backyard and dig up platinum, right? I'm sure it probably exists there naturally, but, you got to dig a hole somewhere to get it. It's not easy to get. It's just like gold, you got to dig a deep hole to get gold, right? Or find a river that you don't have to dig at all. Well, hello, Marty Bentley. Good to see you over here in TikTok. Hello to you also.
Big drop on ES again.
Big drop on ES again. Normal drop, right? The big game. Let me spread out my chart here a little bit.
Depends on if you're on a 1 or 2 minute. I'm on 1.
Oh, you're on a 1? Okay, I'm on 2 right now. Reset my chart. All right. This is my Webull that I have. Webull's my broker that I use for trading. I use TradingView normally during the day, which is linked to my Webull account, so I can trade. I love using Webull to trade. I just figured I'd just show my Webull here today. You know what my TradingView looks like. TradingView, I love it. It's an independent charting software. And I love using it. The fact that you can connect the two together. There's others out there allow you to do the same thing. So, well, anyway, now we're down here at what number are we at there on ES? What number were we talking about earlier as a barrier? It was resistance at that time.
60-41.
There it is, 60-40, 60-41-ish, right? Look at that.
Yep.
We were fighting that level earlier today. We called it out before we even hit it. And there you go. Now we're right there. Where did it stop coming down? We was having trouble with it going up through there. Now it's having trouble breaking back through. There's where historical levels matter. You have those things on your chart, right? So Nick says, would you have got in this EWO for red to the downside? Sure would have. Right here it is. Would you be making money? Right there's the next candle larger than the first, which is right here, right? Now, I do know that this would have probably been a weaker one because it has to break through this 40 mark here level. That's a very strong point of resistance or support to the downside. And as you can see, it bounced off of it. I would have entered here. I would have entered in on the break and hold below the 9 and ran it down to first to this level and then this level. As you can see, I would have sold out there anyway because now it's consolidating. Until this breaks through here, yeah, it's kind of a weak EWO. And then you got other double bottoms down here. It's just been super choppy today. We were discussing this trade in detail earlier this afternoon as a group, that you also need to develop your skills as a channel trader. So if you can identify tight channels that it's trading in, and you can kind of see this here where the tops are, right? And where the bottoms are at here. You can see up here, right? And down here. You can make money when it goes all the way up, down, back down, you know, like ping pongs back between the different individual channels. This one, you could argue there's actually little 3 minor ones here, right? This level here, as you can see, it hung out in that area. You have a mess in here, and then you got this part up here at the top. So, but generally I would go the bigger range, you know, whatever it's trading mostly in, I would say from here up, right? And just play it that way. That's called channel trading. You can make money when the market goes sideways, because basically that's what it's doing. Markets are going sideways. They're fighting over the price so much. Every now and then there'll be somebody have them put a big order in, and it'll go beat that order, and that's where you get these big swings at. But you can see how all these candles, they're just wicks, are just bebopping around like crazy, very volatile, right? So would I have entered this trade, quite honestly, on EWO? Not today. No, definitely not. Only reason I say that's because we were dealing with it all day. So I already know what it's been like. I'll go find something a little bit smoother than this. If you like trading indices, I would suggest something a little smoother. Maybe. I don't know what it's like, but that would be the Russell 2000. It's a small cap ETF, very popular also. Yeah, it's kind of rough today too, really. Had some nice really down plays, but yeah, there's a lot of volatility in that, more so than the normal, right? A lot of bopping around. So it was a rough day in the indices overall. What else?
I'm not sure there was anything smoother as far as EWO besides the platinum there.
Yeah, platinum was beautiful today. It's just crude oil. It was wasn't as fun as it was yesterday as far as trading. And if you caught that early, there was a nice run up to VWAP. That started, what time that one started? I remember this one. Just don't remember what time it was. Where's my times at? Oh, that wasn't. Oh, it was at the 9:30 open. Okay. No, never mind. I wasn't in that at the open. Didn't pay any attention to it then. I was filling in for Coach at that time. We were looking at Oracle and all those. Matter of fact, speaking of Oracle, since we were looking at that today, did so well. We had a member, his total account up 340%, I believe, 46%, something like that. Look at this Oracle trade. That was all on earnings. Had good earnings. And that thing stayed up there till almost 1 o'clock today. Wow. Just now pulling back a little bit. This is where it started at. This is what happens when you get good earnings and give a good outlook on your company, right? Zoop. That thing started at basically 188, almost 189, and all the way up to 202.5. So very good day for Oracle if you like that kind of thing. Stocks or stock options in that, right? There's no futures, obviously, for that. What else do we got? All right, what questions do we have? But I thought you can't scalp during the EWO. Well, you can do whatever you want. You should either play the EWO or not. But you know, if the trade's, I'm going to do whatever the trade tells me to do. If it's going to fall out, then you know, if it's breaking my indicators in my different levels, I'm getting out of the trade. I'm not going to sit there and wait for it, right? If it's very volatile, but I already predetermined where my levels were at, I could see it, right? So if it doesn't break them levels, especially if it's going to do this sideways, you know, eventually I might decide to get out. But if it sits there too long and don't want to break through it, in fact, it didn't, I'm getting out of this trade. Did I lose any money while I was doing this sideways? No. How long would I sit in it? Well, that's up for discussion the way I am, right? I'll tend to bail if it sits there too long and then re-enter if it does break and hold below the line. But it didn't in this case. So do I sit there and wait for that EWO to fall back down? No, of course not. I'll lock in my profits when I can. Matter of fact, it pulled back. If you'd have got in on this EWO right now, you would be break even if barely ahead right here, right? This is where you would have got in. You could have ran a candle or two down. That would have been the end of it. Not every EWO is going to run forever. Some of them fall apart right away. That's why we wait on the second bar larger than the first on a 2-minute chart for an EWO for that very reason. You just don't want to mix scalping and EWO strategies together. Now, I do scalp during an EWO as it goes up. I'm trying to fix that, you know, cut that down, trade to trade, trust my indicators, right? I am going to be in any trade. I don't care whether I'm scalping or whether I'm doing EWO or if I'm swing trading or whatever, right? Trading options or stocks in the pre-market. As long as it rides the 9, I'm staying in that trade. So if I'm going to the upside, I'm going to stay in it. Boy, I'm getting sleepy. I got to go to bed tonight. I keep saying every night I'm going to go to bed early, and I never do. So as long as it rides, I use the 9, right, because I'm more of a scalper. So long as it stays above the 9, if I'm long, I'm going to play it. Well, here, it broke in hell below the 9, right? Well, the EWO is still green, but I don't care about this graph anymore. Once I enter the EWO, I'm not concerned about this. This has no importance or significance to me any longer, right? I could actually just go ahead and hide that if I wanted to, right? I don't need to look at that because it already told me where I should have got in at. Now I'm going to trade the trade that's in front of me, right? This graph is just a visual representation on what already happened. Why is that? Because the EWO is what they call a lagging indicator. It shows you what happened after it happened. The only true, and that's the same thing with the 9, the 2155, VWAP, and 200. It's telling you what happened after it already happened. The only true present in the minute thing on this chart is the volume indicator bars. That's the only thing that's not an average. That's real time. So we don't mix the two together. All right. If you're going to scalp, go ahead and scalp. But if I'm in an EWO and it goes against me, I have my criteria, my exit point. If it breaks and holds below the 9 and touches the 21, then I'm going to get out. I'll have a line in the sand somewhere, whatever trade I enter, right? If I'm thinking ahead. If I'm thinking to my most successful trades is because I have lines in the sand, right? I have my criteria that I've learned from Coach on different trading strategies that I employ each and every day on my trade. And it works very well. Imagine that, listening to the sound of a coach's voice. Chad says, hey, Mark, I'm a premium member. Is there a good video on how to set up Webull for futures? Or do I need a future membership for that? Well, it's the same setup for Webull. It's just that you're going to put futures widgets in. That's all. It's the exact same way. You set it up exact same way. You put your basic chart in there. You can put your L2 in there. If you want some mini charts, you can do that. It's all your preference what you put on here. The only thing different, really, you can still put your quotes on there, your trading widgets, your news feed if you want that on there. Really, the big difference in widgets is the futures widget, which gives you all the futures grouped together in things. Like here's equities, here's metals. I can click on that. It'll load up all the different metals. That's really the only big difference. Everything else would be exactly the same. The futures widget and having the futures turbo. So, but all the rest will be the same setup. It's the same procedure. It's just what widgets you want on there. I would highly recommend that you set one up and you get the futures widget, which all those widgets are found up here. You can go up here into toolbox widgets, right? There's paper trading here. There's, turbo trader. There's turbo trader futures. I wouldn't use that for paper trading myself. Anyway, and then somewhere in here is the futures right there. It's under market. That's the one that shows all of the clickable link, right? It automatically changes your chart to that. What you want to trade once you have them all linked together. But the exact same setup that you found for stocks, stock options, works the exact same way. It's just a matter of what you're going to put up. You can see this doesn't really look any different. Matter of fact, all I have to do is go up here and change this. I can change this to individual account, right? Now, anything that I can do up here, I can trade. Yeah, now I can switch this over here. I have a watch list here for stocks somewhere. I have to scroll through. Hang on. My watch list right there. Now there's my stocks. I can click on that. Bang. Now I can trade regular stocks, right? There's my watch list for stocks, right? There's NVIDIA. If I want to look at NVIDIA, I click on NVIDIA. It changes everything here. Changes my trade widget. Changes all this stuff all at one time. It's not any different, really. It's the same basic principles. The only thing different is you're going to be in a futures account, and you'll use a futures widget down here just to list everything. And the turbo trader is different too. Matter of fact, the turbo trader kind of sucks compared to stocks. Stock options, turbo trader doesn't have as many customizable features like the stock one does. But other than that, that's all you have to do. Apply the same principles. Just trying to learn easier ways to quickly get in and out. Well, way I trade market in, market out on futures. We have other people that do limit in, limit out. It's whatever you want, right? Am I getting better fill? Am I getting good fills with market in and out? No, I'm not. There's going to be slippage there, but I'm not too worried about it. Overall, I get pretty good fills. Where you don't get good fills is if there's a big candle movement all of a sudden, and it's kind of like chasing the price on the candles. So there's where your limit orders are really more effective. Good afternoon, Scott. Right. Yeah, that's what paper trading's for, is to get you comfortable using your broker software so that you can execute trades in and out. Now, Weeble's paper trading stinks. It's not very reactive. It does place the order when you tell it. It does sell the order when you tell it, but the icons don't come off the screen very well. There's like a 10 or 15 seconds. But just so you know, they do execute the trade. So, and it's not about, look at me, I made $100,000 today paper trading. Whoopie ding dong. What's that going to get you? Absolutely nothing, right? The idea of paper trading is to learn your mechanics, to test out things, new trading strategies, indicators, all that stuff. That's what's there for, is for you to learn the software and get proficient at it so that you know and you're knower that you know you can exit a trade. And there's 4 or 5 ways to enter and exit every trade. You need to master all of them. After you master your desktop software, then you need to go master your cell phone software also. When you can master that, then go master your tablet if you have one software. They're all a little bit different, even though they're the same company. They all have their little nuances, and you need to know how to use a backup device in case something happens to your main computer and it goes down, right? Or you lose your cell phone. Now I can go to my desktop, right? So that's why you always have to have a backup. Right here's my backup sitting right here. All I had to do is reach over about 6 inches and grab it. All I got to do is click it and go. I can get out of a trade in a second's notice. I do have a tablet, but right now it's broadcasting. My iPad's pointed at the screen here, but I could easily kill this feed and get in there and get out of a trade that I'm in if something happens. So, and actually I have a laptop too, but it's not on. I wouldn't even consider it a backup device. It's sitting over there unplugged, sitting there turned off. So It's not a go-to right away. Can I? Yeah, I could fire it up, but by that time, who knows what I'm going to have? I'm going to use either my iPad. I'm going to use my cell phone first, but if something happens, and vice versa. All right, what others? Brockman, thank you for the follows. Philly Decal, thanks for the joining here. And Taylor Bunny. All right, Eddie and Shantap, Dirty Bird too. Yacaboa, yeah, it was kind of a rough day as far as choppiness and consolidation sideways. It doesn't matter because Coach teaches us how to make money when the market goes up. He teaches us how to make money when the market goes down, and he teaches us how to make money when the market is going sideways. Yes, Chad, I'm more than tired. My brain is shutting down. I'm ready for a big nap. I already told the wife before I started live, I said, I'm going to bed early tonight. I am just, I don't know why, man. I'm just like, I got up at the same time I normally get up, but I'll tell you what, I've just been too tired lately. I don't know why, too. It's not like I did a whole bunch of extra stuff this week. So next week will be different. I got work to do outside. Well, it's Saturday. I'm going out. My driveway got destroyed by all these torrential rains we've been getting here in Ohio. And I probably lost 3 foot of my driveway, the width of it, in certain spots. It's the gravel, everything's there. It's just all at the bottom of the driveway, and it's just totally destroyed. And I got to do a little pickaxe and shovel work to get that, recover all that. So probably won't be able to move when I wake up Sunday. Oh, yeah, that's right, Chris. Yeah, I'm tired from counting. Okay. It's tiring trading. It's mentally exhausting to day trade, is it not? Right? You're doing all these evaluations. They're making fun of me because I'm so tired. I'm sitting here yawning, which I am. But even though this is not a physical job, it's a very straining mental job because you're constantly evaluating a trade. I don't know, what do they say it takes when you drive a car? You're making 60 decisions every second subconsciously that you're not aware of. Day trading, you're doing the same thing. You're making a lot of different choices in seconds and over long term. So you're doing like short term planning. What's my long term on this plan, on this trade? Where's my exit at? Where's my line in the sand? What am I going to do now? It's approaching this level. What is, all these points of decisions. So your brain's constantly moving. So you sit here 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah, it wears you out. Am I saying I am tired from talking? I don't know if I ever get tired of talking because I like hearing my voice, I guess. I don't know. Not really. But if you've ever watched my lives, I don't like dead air and I tend to ramble on and talk a lot. Matter of fact, Bruno smacked me around today. Take a breath. That's what I need people to tell me sometime. Take a breath. Right? All right. What else we got? Let's see here. Gold, what's it doing? Anything? Kind of flat as expected. Get back to my futures here. The euro, I traded a euro today. I did good on the euro. That was one of the ones I traded was the euro. I remember telling Ann, she was there, and I hollered at her, say, "Hey, the euro." That was in the pre-market. We rode that. Oh, I did. I don't know how much she rode it, but I'm sure she did very, very well. I took some money out of it. I wanted to yell at Ralph, but he wasn't around at that time because he's a pretty boy. He's got to have his pretty boy sleep because if he doesn't get his sleep, I guess he ain't as pretty then after that. Oh, speaking of Ralph, the aftermarket show today.
I was tired.
You was tired. You got to sleep. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. What's that movie from? Huh? Come on, Dawn. What's that movie?
I don't know.
Dawn does.
I know Dawn, though.
I know what it is.
I don't know that one.
The Green Mile.
Green Mile.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
Oh, okay.
He was telling Tom Hanks, he's just tired of
Yep,
it all.
Tom Hanks.
Tired of, he was that big guy, whatever his name. He's dead now. The big black guy, the great big huge guy.
I think is that Ving Rhames?
No, is it Michael Clark? And I want to
yeah,
say
Michael Duncan something. Yeah, he's got 3 names.
Yeah,
he died here not a couple years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was one. He was just tired of all the trial and stuff. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. So, but it is. It's a very. I mean, I've always had mental jobs. Doesn't I am mental, but I've been in management all my life, so it's not like I'm out there making the widgets, right, in the factory. Even though I knew how to do it, it wasn't my job to actually make the product. My job was to manage the process, right? So it's been mental like that all my life, so I'm kind of used to it. But day trading is the same way. You're making instant decisions, except you're making instant decisions that your health and wealth depends on, right? You make wrong decisions, you lose money. If you make good decisions, you can do very well financially, right? So there's a lot more on the line. You go work for somebody, right? You make a bad decision. Well, it may cost the company money. It may not necessarily cost you money, right? You may be in trouble with your bosses initially. Obviously, if you do it enough, you're going to lose your job. But here, when you're trading on your own, it's instant results, right? You either come out making money, or you come out losing money. There's no in between. Yes, you can break even, I guess, once in a while. That usually doesn't happen. You're either making money or losing it. Very rarely do you just break even. But anyhow, so it is a very mentally taxing thing. That's part of the psychology of trading also. That's why it's important to get enough sleep, which I never have, never probably will. If I sleep 5 hours a day, that's pretty average for me. If I would sleep 8 hours, and I have a couple of times, I feel it just ruins me. Sleeping them a couple extra hours, my body's like freaking out. What was that? You slept 8 hours? Not used to it. So there's a lot of mental aspects to go into this trading. It's just not a matter of clicking a mouse to get in and get out of a trade. And if your brain ain't tired from thinking all that, then you got to deal with your own emotions on top of it. And, happy to sad, happy to sad, happy to sad. It's an emotional roller coaster sometimes. You get that adrenaline rush when you do a very well trade and stuff, right? And then you could crash when you do something dumb and you lose all kinds of money, right? Or the market just pulls on you, but you have no control over. That's why we use stops. All right, so one of the things we have to do is follow Coach's rules. And let me have Coach tell you those rules. Again, TikTok, if you want the full screen experience, you need to go over our YouTube channel and get the full screen experience. It's in, what's the big screen movie theaters called? Oh, the IMAX. The whole IMAX experience over there on YouTube. Anyway, not trademark infringement. What was I going to do? Here's Coach's rules. These are what we also have to take care of, and we have to remember every single day when we enter a trade. So here's Coach telling you about it.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
There you go. Forgot how short that one was. There's Coach's rules. Very short, simple, sweet, to the point. Need to follow them. What does that do? It helps keep you from wrecking your account. Let me go over here. All right. I got to set me up a one-button setup here on my Stream Decks. I'm over here.
I see you using my rules.
Yeah. Those are Coach's rules. It's your video. They're good. They're professionally made. They look nice. They sound nice. They are very nice. Hey, Dawn.
Yeah.
Please tell Vegan that she's a very nice lady. She's special.
I will let her know, Mark.
She's very special. I haven't got to talk to her for a couple days.
I'll let her know.
All right. Thank you.
Special deliver the message for you.
All right. You're such a sweetheart. All right. So, anyway, fuck Coach's rules. Right. What else we got going on here? Besides Mark whining, he's tired because he don't go to bed at night. Let's see. Actually, I fell asleep in a recliner, I think, last night. I started to, so I just got up, went to bed. But I'm going to bed tonight. That's it. Got to. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah, James, after you're out of the 2 minute. Oh, he's talking to Nick. Thank you, James. When you're out of the 2 minute, Nick, you can get back in if it's still a good trade. That's right, but it's a scalp at that point, right? That's exactly how you treat it. If you're an EWO, do you decide to take profit because it's hanging up there too much, or you get a pullback, it scares you, or you get scared, and you're like, dang it, this trade's still going? Well, jump back in. If it was still a good trade when you got out, jump back in. But you have to treat the 2 minute EWO as a scalp now. That's all. Just prepared to get out. At a second's notice, you will find success. Best thing is, number one, and the easiest thing is to trust your indicators and to trust the levels on your chart. If you're good at charting and you understand your indicators, you'll do well trading because you'll learn to trust those levels over time. The more and more you do it, the better off you'll be. Platinum's still holding. Oh, what's the Bitcoin doing today? Anything? It's dropping down about 1.3% overall for the day. It did climb back up a little bit. Looks like it climbed back up about a third of the way of its initial losses. But can you use the EWO on crypto? Yes, you can. Right there it is, right? Here is, well, we'll work here backwards. There's your down. Here's your entry point right here. This would have been right here where you would have entered this trade. And is it going down? Are you making money if you got in here short, down to there short? Even if you sold off, yep, you made money. Here's Coach's indicator out to the upside. There's your second one larger than the first. Right here would have been your entry point. Did you make profit from here to there? Yes, you did. Right? See how that works? Here's your entry here to the downside on this one. This would have been your entry candle, right? Oops, one candle over. Right there. Right there's your entry candle. You would have rode that. Would you made all the money on that? Well, yeah, you would had. This is, what is this? Oh, this is Bitcoin. I don't know. I forget what it just pays per tick, but it doesn't matter. Yes, you could have made some money. Wouldn't have been as much to write home a mom about, right? Because it did retrace. But you still could have made money. It's up to you to decide when to get out. Here's a green EWO here. Right there's the start of that one. Right there's your candle. Would that EWO worked on this? And again, this is crypto, right? Yes, it works, right? Now, actually, this is, I'm exaggerating a little bit. This is actually Bitcoin futures, but it's the same thing, right? Just if it was crypto. So you can see over and over and over again how effective EWO is, right? Is it guaranteed to make you money each and every time? Absolutely not, because sometimes the EWOs collapse, right? I just seen one here. Look how little this one is. Well, there was this 1 second larger than the first. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good, right? I'll enter that and look what happened. It collapsed, but there's a reason for that. It's at critical levels, plus all the indicators are jammed up against each other. So you do have to look at the big picture when you enter any trade and evaluate it appropriately. All right, let's check out how many people over there on TikTok have actually given us a thumbs up over there, which is their way of liking this feed. We only have about approximately 50% of you have given us a thumbs up. Did the other 50% not like us? Is that what you're telling us? Or did you just forget to go over there and click that thumbs up button? Go over there and click that thumbs up. It helps our logarithm. Why does my TikTok keep making noises? Did somebody give me something? Bucko sent me a rose. I think every time you send me a rose, Bucko, my laptop makes a noise. Is that supposed to do that? Anyhow, let's go back and look at the indices. We are into power hour now. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, look, we're at a breakout here at the top. You got what, double top up here. You got a watch for. Can we make a little bit of money? It's going to be pretty tight to get to that 60.50. Doesn't mean it can't, or it might pull back and go the other way while people take profits, right? So we want that 60-50 area is a critical level right now, right? I'll just make it yeller so you can see it, that it's yeller. What? Some platforms temporarily available to ongoing third-party service disruption. Our teams are working to minimize impact and restore full functionality. All right, whatever that means. Something on my charts Weeble said they're having issues with. I don't know. I don't see any issues here. Of course, I'm not doing live trade, so be careful there. I got a warning, people. It didn't say there was an issue with the actual trading part of it. It just said third party, so might be a widget or a news feed or something. Probably the news feed would be my guess. Last one was 30 minutes ago, 33, and there was 2 minutes ago. So that part's still working on my end. Anyway, I'm not going to be too worried about it. So right now, the last top part of this day, I say it pretty much. Yeah, James, I didn't figure out the audio. That TikTok Studio is still an issue. I just ditched it and just point my iPad at it for right now. Not a good solution. Anyhow, it's what we're going to do for now. So, let's see here. Where am I at? I don't know. I just woke up again. My brain shut off there for a second again. Let's look at the Russell. It's sometimes not as chaotic, a little bit smoother, but I'm not impressed by this either. Let's just go pick one. And what I don't like about ES at this point is it's at an upper point right now, right? This 60-50 is strong. The force is strong, Luke. Right? What's that from, Dawn? She must want to tell Vegan that she's my favorite.
Did you call me?
I said, the force is strong, Luke. What's that from? You're a movie expert.
The Force is, what'd you say?
The force is strong, Luke.
Oh, Star Wars,
Well,
of course.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah, there you go. Check's in the mail. Another right answer.
Thank you.
Dawn is a trivia mistress. She is just, she knows the stuff. All right.
I love trivia, music, movies, you name it.
You name it. She's
Stocks.
just one smart cookie. Don't forget anything. So you wouldn't want to be married to her and try to lie your way out of something that happened in the past. Because she'd be able to tell you every detail about it. I could tell you that. I can see that right now. She probably remembers everything, right? Probably remember she's like my wife. She remembers every word I said. No, you didn't. You said this word. I'm like, okay, whatever. Sometimes I think she just makes stuff up because I can't prove it. And I don't recall. She knows I don't recall it, right? So I think she just makes stuff up and convinces me she's right all the time, which she usually is. But that's beside the point. I can't tell her that, right? Never admit that they're right.
You may just, well, she doesn't watch it, right?
No, no, never, ever has.
I was about to say, you may have just told her.
Yeah. All right. There's gold. Generally, at this time of the day, it is just the indices that really are jumping around. We already know that. So I'm not going to waste my effort on other stuff that may move. Agriculture's already closed for the day. It closes starting at 2 o'clock to 2:20-ish. So it quit moving. What'd corn do today? Corn was a little chaotic today, too, wasn't it? Ooh, man, just ugly all around today, huh? Look at that. And a lot of it was because we had the PPI numbers came out, which were actually good, which caused the market to go up for the longest time initially. Unemployment was a little higher, but they didn't care about that as much, I guess. So, who's your special guest tonight there, Dawn, on your show? I heard you got a special guest on the Aftermarket Show on our YouTube channel, AmericanDreamTrading.com.
It would be none other than Ralph.
Ralph? Who's Ralph? It's a master trader?
He is a master strategist and trader. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. And he's our local currency Forex go-to guy when we have questions. He's educated. I'm getting pretty good at knowing the answers myself now in currency, just from listening to Ralph educate us on everything, because he's still is a big Forex trader. He's got a lot of experience, and we respect his opinion and judgment and education And he's one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading, and he hangs out here with us in the moderation of futures. He's a valuable resource. So you want to hear everything, Ralph? If you want to hear two people that aren't married argue like they are married, go to the aftermarket show tonight. Listen to Ralph and Dawn. Be nice tonight, Ralph. Behave. Me and Ralph like
We
to get.
don't argue as much as we used to.
I know.
though.
We used all the things up that we was trying to do to aggravate you on purpose anyway. So.
I was sitting there talking to myself just now.
Uh-oh.
But first of all, I am not a
He
master.
hasn't been up there in a while for me to stir the pot.
I was there yesterday.
Oh man, who woke James up?
What's up, Ralph?
Nothing much. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the aftermarket show. I just want to put it out there that I'm not a master trader. I learned everything that I got from our very own coach, which is his birthday. Happy birthday, coach.
Happy
You know,
birthday,
if you're
Coach.
listening, I hope you're having a wonderful birthday today. You know, y'all could go to anywhere in the Discord and find a link where y'all can get that birthday card. You know, if you haven't did it already, if you want to do it again, feel free. You know.
Yep.
And you might want to pick up a membership while you're there. Diamond preferably.
There you go. Which are $5,000 through Sunday night. Goes back to the regular price of $20,000 Sunday night.
Correction, Mr. Mark McSee, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coach has actually pushed it through back to the $4,000 for his birthday.
He
Now,
did.
that's something right there that I don't understand.
I thought he
He's
said
giving away the
that.
form.
Did he change it today?
He changed it today, and there's like 2 or 3 spots left available at that price. When those are gone, that will be it.
Oh, well, see,
It
I
will
was
go back to 5,000 till Sunday, and then 20 after that.
Hey.
Oh, look at all of them that
What
got
that
sold.
knows
Look at
right
all the
there, it
tickets.
should be
Phil.
FOMO. There should be a lot of FOMO in the air right now.
All there is. Look at all the open tickets. People buying them up. Where does he say that at? I seen where he said it wasn't. It was. See, we were there at 8 o'clock this morning. He said they were only for yesterday, back to 5 today. I don't know, where does it say that? I got to see it somebody. I don't know.
Hey, it wouldn't hurt to try. It is
Well,
his
whatever
birthday,
the
you might get
website
lucky.
says, that's what it is. He dropped a link in there, but I don't know about that part. I'm a little uncomfortable saying they are 4,000. Let me look here. I haven't looked at the Discord for a while. Obviously, I don't hear. Discord is, yeah, great. Yeah, Discord is experiencing outage. Please be patient. That was at 3 o'clock. So there must be an internet issue because Bruno posted in Discord there is an issue with Discord. And then I got that notice from Weeble about that probably at the same time. So there must be something going on with the interwebs. For those of you who are in trades, you may want to take that advice and be careful. Get in. Oh, okay, there it is. I see it. 145. Yep, there it is. Flash sale.
Ooh,
We have 3 diamonds
I was about
left
to
for
say.
4,000 today. Do it his birthday. So
I
that's the
think
last.
that's actually 2 because Fun Phil just picked up 1.
Okay, well,
Shout
that's
out to
fine.
Fun Phil for making that move.
Huh?
And I was gonna say, even if it wasn't there, I ain't tell you what to do. But if I had just four grand left and I was on the fence, I would just try. I'll put in the tickets, say, hey, listen, I got 4 grand. I know they had a sale. Could you work with me, please?
You know what they're going to tell you? It's too bad, so sad. There's only 2 left.
that's
When them
hey.
2 are gone, if there's anybody of our paid members sitting in this room that hasn't done it yet, yeah, you better just get it. Don't come in here tomorrow crying, Mark, I should have listened to you. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick you out of the room. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ban you for the room for the rest of the day. First time somebody says, I wish I'd have bought that when it was on sale. Out you go. When you disappear, you'll know why.
You know why?
Oh, what happened? I lost my Tiki Talks. Doggone it. I missed a puzzle. I'm over here running my yap.
No, it's a widespread internet issue. Reports indicate widespread internet outage affecting Spotify, Google, Discord, Twitch, Firebase, Cloudflare, Amazon Web Services.
Really?
So pretty much everything.
Check the Bucko
That's
posted it in
everything.
the
That's
YouTube.
everything that I use.
Yeah, well, Weeble popped something up, made it sound like it was something wrong with their software, but they could have just said it was a whatever. Anyway, now I got to do a puzzle here. What's with all these puzzles on TikTok? Oh my gosh. I got to slide this little puzzle. I got to make this doggy make it look like it's the right way. Which way is it supposed to be? The doggy's cut in half. I got to make his legs connect. There we go. Woohoo! I did it. All right, back. All right. Wait for TikTok to get back. There's 4 people in there already. Yes, thank you, Bucko. Yeah, Weeble, I had that pop up also. There are reports that I'll read what Bucko said again and James read out loud. Reports indicate widespread internet outages affecting Spotify, Google, Discord, Twitch, Firebase, Cloudflare, Amazon Web Services. So if you're in a trade, you might want to consider seeing if you can get out of it. Because if you can't, you're going to have to call your broker and get it. If you can't exit that trade, you're going to have to start calling your broker, get out of it, have them get you out of it. At least get a record of the call that you can't get out, right? I had that happen to me once. It was with another huge company. I won't mention. It starts with an F. Had that happen. It wasn't their fault. It was an internet issue, but they wouldn't honor they got me out of it, but they wouldn't honor any losses. So obviously, so you might want to see if you can exit. I wouldn't be in a trade right now. How about that? I can't offer you financial investment or tax advices, but from experience, if there's issues going on right now, I wouldn't worry about it. I would get out of the trade, and if you can get out of it, just be happy, right, with what you got. Piece of advice, take it or leave it, right? Anybody in here in a trade right now? Paid members?
Mark, no revenge trading?
No, that wouldn't be good either. Do we revenge trade around here? No.
Hell no.
I'm in MES.
I've been waiting for that all day.
We don't revenge trade. Sorry, TikTok. Went back. We have internet issues apparently worldwide, at least in the U.S. Anyway, you're back. Sorry about that. That ain't why we lost it. I didn't do the puzzle piece fast enough again. I think. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe didn't. I don't remember. Anyway, if you guys are in trades, I would highly recommend you might consider making sure that you can get out of it. You don't want to wait till 4 o'clock and find out there's something wrong still and you can't get out of the trade. Or as we do know, internet issues can cascade to other places, right? I know the internet self seeks the nearest route around, but I wouldn't be risking your trades right now if you are in one. All right, take it or leave it. Know from experience, if you got to call the broker to get you out of a trade, good luck with that. I don't care how good their customer service is. You're going to be waiting in line because if you can't get out, guess what? A million other people can't get out. And them 4 phone lines they have at their place, you're going to be waiting in line for a while. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, we don't offer investment tax. All right. What else? Accidentally up a lot. This issue just happened to be great for me, surprisingly. Why is that, J-Dog? Because you're accidentally up a bit. Oh, you lost your internet, now it's back? Okay. Well, what did I do? I did the same thing today, didn't I? Oh, yeah. What did I do? I was short and I went to sell to get out of it, and you know, you got to do the opposite on a short. You got to buy it back, right? Well, I clicked sell, not remembering I was in a short, even though I knew I was in a short. And I looked back about 30 seconds later. I'm like, what the heck did I do? I just doubled my um, position. I didn't close out. I added to it. Well, luckily it went again. It went my way. I made a lot of money off that accidentally. Yeah, that's bad mechanics can ruin you. Usually you don't get that fortunate and have it go your way, but I did thing. All right. So, because once in a while I have my moments also, Christina. Just so you know, I'm the same way. I have them. I have them moments also. I don't know if she's still in there. Yes, she is. Right. Chicken nugget. This is for you. Or what you typed in the chat there. Timo, this is for you for thinking about it. These guys are saying trigger words that trigger me when I hear them say it. Revenge trading. Yeah, we don't do that here. That's how you wreck your account. Where are we at? Do we want to take a trade? What's going on here? Well, ES is doing absolutely zilch. It's just sitting there. Could I have done some scalps there? Probably, but not really. There's not a whole lot of movement there. Wouldn't be worth the squeeze. What about NASDAQ's probably doing the same. It's got a little bit more potential for upward, but it's generally going to flow with the S&P most of the time. So you got kind of a level right there where it's at now anyway. Kind of a tough spot, just like ES was, right? ES is up there at that critical level also. And what about the Russell? Let's take a peek at the Russell. Yeah, Russell's flat. It's dead. It died. It gave up the ghost. It doesn't. It's on taking a dirt nap. It just doesn't care. It just got tired like me and just sitting there like a lump in the recliner. So I don't see anything here worth entering a trade on, quite honest with you. And sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? Could I take a trade just to do it, even though I'm using fake money? Yeah, I could, but what would be the point in that, right? Can I trade metal? Let's go look at metals. Anything's possible. What's the euro doing? Again, these are ones where the volume dies out this part of the day, so they're not that great of a trade to start with. It's not that you can't make money on it, right? You can see the candles are moving, but there's not a high volume type of thing. Bitcoin, yeah, it's kind of in a bad. It's in an iffy spot. Also, it doesn't really know what it's doing. Do I trade Bitcoin? I have. You can actually make more money trading. I think you can make more. Well, I would almost guarantee you, if you traded Bitcoin regularly, you would make more money in Bitcoin by trading futures in Bitcoin, right? Than you would actually holding the Bitcoin long term. Yes, you got to have you got to have the money in your account, but you know, the percentage of gains that you could have daily versus what's Bitcoin. Okay, if I'd have got in Bitcoin to the downside today, I would have made 1.2%, right, of the trade based on the dollar amount. Now, how much, you know, tick wise and all that, I guarantee you I can make more than 1% on that trade, right, on an individual trade. Yes, I don't own it, right, but so what? What do I care? I'm not in it to own. Why are you own Bitcoin?
Yeah.
To make money, right?
Exactly.
Why do I want that headache? What if it goes down? At least with Bitcoin, I could trade it when it goes up, and I could trade it when it goes down in a Bitcoin future. How do you make money in Bitcoin if you physically own it? When it goes up in price. You
just gotta buy and hold.
Yeah, only when it goes up in price. Yeah. All of Bitcoin futures. Now, Webull only allows you to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. They're supposed to add something, I think, aren't they, later?
Yeah, they're supposed to add XRP, but they got Webull got several ways to trade it. So you got Bitcoin, futures,
micro
you got
Bitcoin,
micro, then you got Bitcoin. The nano Bitcoin.
Yep.
So they got ways to get to it.
Yeah, and Ethereum. So that's only two they
Yeah.
really allow you to trade. Here's Ethereum, right? So you can see. Look at that. It doesn't. These here don't have hardly any activity going on with that. I don't pretend to understand one over the other, which I really don't care what they do. Right? Well, I could trade a chart. That's all I got to know how to do. Right? Chart's a chart to chart. So I could trade. There's micro Bitcoin, right? Which is what I had up there. This is MBT, right? So I can make money in futures because I can go long and short. Now, if I own real physical Bitcoin, I know it's not physical, it's digital. I understand that. You know what I mean, right? I bought it and I'm holding it. Only way I can make money is if it goes up in price for more than what I paid for it. The advantage of futures is I can not only make money and trade it as it goes up, I can make money when the price goes down, right? I'm actually losing money on physical. It's not physical, it's digital.
The spot market is what they like to call it in the
So,
crypto.
but I can trade it down and make money. I can make money both ways. I wouldn't care what the price is. I don't care that Bitcoin's 108,805 at this peak here today, right? All I care about is can I trade it up and down? Can I do it all day long? Can I sit here all day and trade this? Well, I don't know. As we showed you that the EWOs work with it, right? EWOs work with any crypto, even your little, maybe not so much with the meme things. They do work, but a lot of those things are scalping things that you trade, right? So you don't really want to go on EWO play. You want to be in a scalp mode. Anyhow, why not? I don't see, as far as trading goes, why would I want to own it? Right? Now that I know what I know, right? I could sit here and trade it all day long in futures, right? In and out at will. Anyway, of course I am generating income when I do that, right? I'm sure there's a tax advantage to something somewhere, but I don't really care about that. You're going to pay taxes one way or another. Platinum was beautiful today. What did the piggies do today? Here, little piggies, where's my piggies? Piggy, 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 where's my piggies? There they are. Here's my piggies. Yeah, well, look at that. That would have been some rough trading today there. Look at that movement. You could have made money, though. And what else we got? We got, where's my cows at? There's my cows. We got live cattle, right? We don't call them cows, do we? VIP members, right? Diamond members, because we know the difference between a cow and a steer, right? And what the word cattle is used for. How do you know that? Because you read about it in the futures newsletter that you get with your paid membership, right? There's a difference. I had an article that I put together all about cattle for city people. We were having a little discussion the other day, and I just take it for granted because I'm not a city boy. I lived up in the rural country all my life. And, it's just basically how you get stuck in your own little world. People didn't realize how a bull became a steer. They had no idea, right? Until I told them, and they're like, oh. And a lot of people had a fit when they found that out. Really? For real? It's like, yeah. And then I told them how they do that, because I used to help do that type of thing. How do you turn a bull into a steer? And they're like, ow. Yeah, well, it is what it is. It only hurts till it quits hurting. So anyway, as kind of a side joke, I put a whole article about trading futures in cattle this last week's newsletter, and saying what the differences and things were. But I put the title in there, all about cattle for city folks. So I don't know. I thought it was funny myself. I'm easily amused. I amuse myself all the time. All right, what else we got going? TikTok, you got any questions over there, TikTok? Well, seeing how we only have 8 of you that managed to make it back after getting kicked out, probably not, right? We were doing pretty well over there until I lost you. And Bucko's one, let's see. And Bucko is a paid member, so he's a moderator. So we really have 7 people in there, counting plus Bucko. Oh,
I got a question, Mark.
What's your question, Mark? That's the symbol at the end of any sentence that's made in the form of a question. That's a question mark.
So brand new to futures.
Okay.
I'm looking at gold. Can you explain how the margins work? Do I have to have, like, for intraday, I have to have that amount of money in there plus money that I want to trade? How does that work?
And your margin requirements, if you are you using Webull?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Webull's page, which I will share with you here. Hang on, I'll copy and paste the website there for you. We have a handy dandy quick reference chart, but they've changed the margins again. Wrong button. There we go. Here's Webull's. Every broker will have this. I'm going to put it in the chat here for you. I want you to open that, copy and paste it, and save it. Bookmark it. It will tell you what the intraday, and here they call it day margin. It is intraday. That means during the day. Your day margin is the amount of money you have to have in your account to trade one contract, whether it's gold or whatever, right? So in this case, you have to have during the day, if you're going to do big boy gold, right, you have to have $2,475 with Webull to trade one contract between 9 a.m. and 4:15. Now, if you're doing micro, right, micro gold, you have to have, to trade one contract of micro gold, you have to have $412.50 in your account. Okay? Minimum. That's per contract. So if you want two contracts, obviously you have to have $800 plus for micros, right? Now, you'll see the initial margin rate and you'll see a maintenance margin rate. If after 4 o'clock, you only have from 4 to 5 Eastern time, then the market closes between 5 and 6. So let's say it's tonight, you want to trade tonight, starting at 6 o'clock, you're going to enter a trade for the first time tonight. Well, to buy that $400 micro during the day, now you have to have $1,650 in your account to trade one contract of gold. Okay? Because the margin requirements, there's more risk for the broker, so those cost of doing business goes up because now they're on the hook from 6 o'clock at night Eastern time till 9 a.m. tomorrow. So you're going to pay a premium for that, right, to trade at night, okay? Now, once you grow your account, you won't care about these numbers, but you're not there yet, right? So if you were trading the large E-minis, the big boy ones, I call them, it's $2,475 in margin requirement during the day. However, wait a minute, looking at the wrong one. Never mind. Yeah, $2,475 at night. But to trade that one unit of E-mini big boy gold, you have to have $16,500 in your account at night to trade one contract. Okay, follow?
Yep.
Okay, now, not to confuse you anymore, but let's say you already have one contract of gold, big boy gold now. Okay, let's say you're in a trade and you don't want to get out of the trade at the end of the day. Okay, you're going to let it run. You were way up and some reason you thought, oh, I'm just going to let this run for a while. I'm going to swing trade it, let it run for a couple days, whatever your reasoning is. I don't hold anything personally. I'm out of every trade before the end of the day. But let's just say, for giggles, that you want to hold on to it for whatever reason, right? Now you have to have a maintenance margin. So if you already own the contract, okay, at 415, you have to have $15,000. That's called the maintenance margin versus 16,500. You have that maintenance margin, what you have to have sitting in your account to continue to hold that $4,000 or $2,475 trade. That's a maintenance margin. Okay. So if you're going to hold an existing trade, you have to have $15,000 in your account for that same trade. All right. Now, as soon as you exit the trade, all that money goes right back into your account. All you pay is the contract transaction fee, which on gold, big boy gold, it is $5.74 per contract. So even though you had to have $2,400, let's say 25, just round it up, for one contract, The real cost of trading that, let's say you make $1,000 on your trade, right? Just whatever. It's not hard to do trading gold, right? One contract. Gold moves an average of $40 up and down in a day, right? So that $2,500 that you spent, once you exit the trade and collect your profits or your losses, the losses are deducted, but everything you make goes instantly back into your account along with the margin requirements that you have to have. It's sort of like an escrow, right? You have to have that in reserves that they use. They hold it until you exit the trade, then it's put back into your account and along with your profits. And you could turn around and retrade that instantly. It's instant cash settlement, right? So you can not only continue to retrade what was in your margin account, you can immediately retrade your profits on that as your account grows. But once you exit the trade, that all goes back into your account. So now you have $1,000 profit in your account, but your true cost of the trade was only $5.74, the transaction fee. So that's a pretty good deal, actually. You just have to have the money in your piggy bank. That's all, right, to trade. So the more you want to trade, the more money you have to have in your account. And as you build your account over time, you'll be able to trade more contracts, which helps you make more money or lose more money, however you want, depending how good of a trader you are, right? But your real net cost is really only the transaction fee per contract. And then in the big boy gold, the E-minis, it's $5.74 per contract, right? So if you bought 10 contracts, it'd be $50.74, right? Total cost for 10 contracts. So but you may have made 10,000 on it, right? So it's a pretty good deal in the future as long as you are a good trader and you make money. Your net cost of trading is very low. That's a great thing about it.
So let's say Sunday night when we join the Zoom call, micro golds.
Yep.
So at 8 o'clock, it's not 412 anymore. It's like at 8 o'clock.
At
what
night?
Is that considered? Yeah.
Yep. How much you gonna have? Did you look? You got that chart in front of you by any chance?
Yeah. So is that under the
micro gold MGC
margin?
Yep, you would pay the initial margin because you're entering the trade after hours for the first time. So you would have to have $1,650 to buy one micro gold contract.
Okay.
Sitting in your account.
All right, thanks.
Obviously, you want more than that if you can, because what if you have a losing trade and you lose, let's just say you had exactly $1,650. Well, if it goes in a losing trade, number one, the broker could close you out. Or if you exit on purpose on a losing trade, now you don't have $1,650. Now you can't buy nothing again, right? So that's why you want to, before you go get in a hurry to buy 2 contracts, you might want to wait until you have enough to buy 3 or 4 before you buy that, start buying the second one. You know what I mean? Build yourself a little bit of a cushion. So that's how I started out.
Or practice during during the day when it's cheaper too.
Well, yeah, but there's also, right. And that's a big deal. That's where you can really make a lot of money because the contract price is cheap now. You can buy more, right? I can't afford to buy 100 contracts at night, but I can afford to buy 100 contracts during the day, right? So,
right.
So even that, it's a lot of money still, but so that's the difference. And the reason is because the broker's more at risk. Now, they can charge whatever you want. There's a minimum that it's set at for those rights. And as we learned in our newsletter here last week, margins are set basically because they basically buy an insurance bond to cover that money. So if that money all goes down the drain, they got insurance for it. Okay. Not only that, they're going to close your account too. So that's how margin rates are set. And then, of course, the broker also got profit built into it and all that jazz. There is a minimum amount, but that is set by the broker, how high they want to charge for their margin rates. You go to different brokers, they may be half of what Webull charges, or they may be twice as much. It just depends, right? It's up to the broker to set what they ultimately want to charge. Same way with transaction fees. What they can't change is what they pay you per contract. So like micro gold pays you $1 for every 10 cents it moves up in price, right? and there's 10 tens and a dollar. So for every dollar that gold goes up, you're going to make $10. Okay, 10% basically, right? So if it goes up $2, you're making $20, and so on and so forth. Now with big gold, it's $10. It's 10 times the amount. That's overall the difference as a general rule. And it's not 100% hard fast, but as a general rule, your E-minis pay 10 times the amount and cost 10 times the amount of a micro contract. Micro is the smallest one, right? Overall, yes, there's a nano contract, but for all intents and purposes, the micro is what you want to start trading with. It's a tenth of the cost and a tenth of the payout, right? So your account's also a tenth of the risk too, also, right? So that's why we tell everybody, I don't care what your bank account is, start out trading micros, whatever it is. I started out trading micro oil, MCL. Why? Because it was at that time, it was $572 for an evening contract, and it's been raised since. So MCL now is $663. So it's, it's up $80 more than what it was when I was trading it. But during the day, it's only $200 basically for a contract, right? So that's why I put $700 in my account so that I could at least trade one contract of MCL at night, which was at that time $572. If I'd have put $500 in there, I wouldn't have been able to trade crude oil, right? Micro crude. Why did I do micro crude? Because that's what I was paper trading, and I learned how to trade it, and it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed trading micro oil. It had nice movements up and down. I had enough movement every day, generally, that you could make money up and down on it. So that's why I went with the micro crude oil. And I traded that. I traded one contract at a time. I would trade it, get $5 profit, sell it. I'd get $8 profit, sell it. I'd get $12 profit, I'd take it. And just keep re-entering all day and all night long. I'd make a bunch of trades, scalping it, right? As soon as I seen there was making profit, I'd lock it in there. And that's how I built my account, day by day, week by week, month by month. And, eventually I got up to where I could buy an E-mini, right? So now I was trading the E-mini oil, which I don't remember what the price was at that time, but now I could trade, you can buy an E-mini for $990. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where's it at? CL. Oh, there it is. So the CL is $1,984. You might just say $2,000 for a contract. But now I'm making $10 instead of $1, right? I'm trading it the same way. A chart's a chart. I'm trading it exactly the same way. However, now I'm also into profit faster because it pays more. Pays 10 times the amount. So, but yet I got to have $6,000 to trade it at night, $6,700 to trade it at night. So that is, but you work your way up, right? So, it's the crude oils is $200 to buy one E-minis, $2,000 basically, right? So it's 10 times, and it's also 10 times the payout. So that's why. So everybody should start out trading micros, get the feel of it, get the understanding how it works, and then as you build your account over time, once you get enough in there and have enough of a padding, then you can start trading, one E-mini, and then you work up to 2, then you work up to 3, whatever, and so forth, right? Then you wake up one day and you wondered, wow, where'd all this money come from, right? So that's how that works. Day by day.
All right, thanks a lot.
I don't want anybody coming in here. I mean, I can't stop you from trading what you want to trade. My extreme recommendation is that everybody starts trading micro contracts. It's the smallest unit you can buy. It puts your account at the least amount of risk. Okay. So here's another, let me give you this one also. This is also Webull. This shows you, if you scroll down, how much it pays per tick and what the tick rate is. So I'm putting this in the Zoom chat also. There it is. You can open that up, bookmark that also. If you scroll down, you'll see, it's all the way down the page. What futures can you trade on Webull? And it's by grouping. You click on the headers up there, change it to energy. So it would tell you if you click on energy, which is where oil would, well, you said gold, right? Metals. Okay, so metals. You click on the metal tab, and we can see that micro gold MGC. What you want to know, it shows you their minimum tick size is 0.10, other words, 10 cents. That means that they're in 10-cent increments only. Gold does not pay in going in 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cents, 6 cents. It doesn't move that way. It only moves in 10-cent increments. And every 10 cents, you are guaranteed $1. That is a non-negotiable. All brokers pay that exact same amount. Now they can charge you different margins, different transaction fees, depending on brokers. You won't find two brokers that are exactly the same price. So then it tells you in that chart also you can trade from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. daily Eastern time. So it tells you right there, your minimum tick value tells you how much the tick is. If you scroll up, go up there, you will see GC. Where's GC at? Right below it. Right below it is the gold futures. That's the big boy E-mini. You see the same, it still pays the same ticks, 10 cents. Every 10 cents it goes up. That means there's 10 ticks to $1, right? It's a unit that it's divided up into. So gold, most of your metals, well, not all of them, but the gold, that is a general rule. They're divided into 10. It just depends what you're looking at. So gold is in tens. So there's 10 tenths in a dollar, or in a dollar movement. So you would make 10 times 10 on the big boy gold GC. So you would make $100 every dollar that goes up in price. Okay? And that's how you make your money. And that's also what you lose when it goes down 10 cents. Okay? You make the same amount going up and you lose the same amount going down. So if you're in a long trade and it goes down 60 cents, well, you just lost 6 times 10. You just lost $60 per contract. And that's how you get paid. Very simple, very easy once you understand it. And that's what we're here for. So it might be making your head spin right now. It's really not that complicated. Just concentrate on one thing and building your account over time, whatever it is you want to trade, gold, silver, whatever. I like oil. It's a little bit more conservative. It's slower moving generally, but yet it has enough of a movement day to day that you can make good money on it also while you're learning and building your account. So today was choppy everywhere, but you do whatever trade, whatever you want. Just understand some are more volatile than others, and you have to assume that risk, right? So clear as mud. Is your brain hurt now?
I'll definitely keep the chart by my side.
Yeah. There is one printed out. It's if you go into the lounge, it is pinned there inside the Discord Futures Lounge. There's pinned articles in there you'll find. And one of them is a cheat sheet that I made up that shows all that on one piece of paper. Now, I will tell you those numbers are off a little bit. I need to update the chart, and it's just something I haven't got around to doing yet. All right. Some of the numbers are different. Some of them are exactly the same. But it'll give you a rough idea anyway. You know what I mean? At least show you what it pays per tick. That never changes. That's contractual. So, okay. Anything else?
All right. Thanks a lot. No, that's about it for today.
Okay. Well, yeah, go ahead and take some aspirin so your brain calms down. Again, these are all things we had to figure out too. We've all been here, done that, right? This is what we had to figure out, how to understand that. And, Ange and Aaron laid the groundwork and did all this work for us ahead of time. I come in a couple weeks after they had it got done, and kind of they did all the hard work, setting stuff up and making a couple videos and getting all the information enough where they could educate us on it. So they did a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and we appreciate Ange and Aaron for doing that. And Ange was also the original TV show host with the Futures. Somehow I got stuck with it. She just didn't want. She's like, "Here, Mark, you do it." No, that ain't how it happened. But, she just didn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. That's all. She's a fantastic trainer. Don't ever be afraid to ask her questions. She's a better trainer than I am. She don't talk in circles or ramble on like I do. So Where are we at? What time is it on the old crystal ball? It's 3:47 in the afternoon Eastern time. Markets close. Well, we close at 4. Anyway, head over to that diamond, get that diamond membership. They are 4,000. There was 2 of them left. Let me take a quick look here at the Discord and see if those disappeared yet. Paid members in here in the futures. If you haven't grabbed that diamond, you better go get it. Again, I better not say, oh, I wish I would have bought that. I'm not even going to say bye. You would just immediately get booted out of this room. Well, I actually do that. Probably not, but I like to talk the talk. Let's see. It looks like, seeing how the Discord ain't updating, I don't know if it is up to date. Last post was in there. Let me test.
Really, none of us are even here anymore, Mark. You just think we are.
Yeah, I know. I can see you're still here.
I'm here.
Okay. Always count on you, right?
Yeah, I'm always here. I'm leaving in a minute, though. Got things to do.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by, blessing us with your presence. We appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Oh,
Thanks,
it's so
Mark.
nice to see you.
Thanks,
We
Mark.
miss you when you aren't here. Christina, we always miss you when you're not around or you're in the other
Because
lounge.
it's quiet, right?
Why? You're quiet. Wait a minute. Did you just say you're quiet?
I said because it's quiet when I'm not here.
Oh, yes. That is true. Yes. Yes.
I thought she said she was quiet too.
I'm like, what?
Shut up, both of you.
When did that start?
We love it whenever you're here, though, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
We missed her the other day. She was cheating on you, Mark. She was over there.
I heard her over there.
I was in Coach's.
Yeah.
I heard her.
Yesterday, I was neither yesterday. I wasn't here at all. So, just so you know. You missed me yesterday. I know you missed me yesterday.
I miss you every day.
That's all I'm
Christina.
saying.
I miss you on Saturdays because we can't be open on Saturdays. We're not even open on Saturdays, and I miss you.
Sundays too?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been doing much. Well, I have a little bit, but I'm trying to get other stuff done. And right, let me see here.
Ralph, EC, got that 200 again today.
What happened?
Nice.
And the MES down. Remember I said yesterday, down to the every day, not every day.
Oh yeah, every time it hit the 200 and then move up.
I was in at the double top, waited for the 200.
I'm telling you, trading is all about waiting.
Man, I'm not even looking at my chart no more. I have a headache.
All right. Oh, look at this. This I have to show here to TikTok, and I'll share it with. Look at this. Is this not nice or what? Look at that. Look at this tonight on YouTube. I mean, here I got to resize this.
Oh,
Ralph is going to be a star.
Ralph is
He's going to be a star.
Man.
He's a fine-looking gentleman, if I do say so.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp.
Look at
Looking
that,
like he
sharp
has a law
dressed
firm
man.
company.
Yeah. Is that how you're gonna look tonight, Ralph? You're gonna dress up for the big show? Look at that.
You need to go out and get you one of them tuxedo T-shirts.
There you go.
I don't think
Look
I'll
at
be
that. Ain't
dressed
that
like
Ralph a
that,
fine-looking gentleman? Look at that. There's Ralph.
Ralph,
You gotta take a
You'll be
quick
able to
look.
see
Ain't
that
there
person
long?
in me if you
CEO of
you
Meta.
look.
There you go. Special guest with our Ralph. When is that on? Oh,
That is on 5 o'clock tonight.
there it is. Where do we
1
find
hour
that,
from
Dawn?
now.
Only thing I know is all you guys in ADT, all you moderators, you make so much money, but y'all share the same suit.
Yes, we do. We're cheap
what's up
that
with
way.
that?
We got to look uniform, right? It's the uniform.
the same
We're the
thing.
train
I think
team.
I'm always in a tank top. I refuse.
Well, Ralph and I can probably actually share the same suit. We're not known for our being physically fit, so Ralph and I could probably wear the same one. Look at that. Is that not just look at that gentleman? He's just one fine looking dude. Look at that. Make sure y'all go to YouTube channel tonight, 5 p.m. Check out Ralph, what he's got to say. He's going to have some pearls of wisdom for you, I'm sure. There you go. Look at that. There you go.
It'll be a good time.
It'll be entertaining, that much I can assure you.
I will try and make it. I'll try. I don't know.
Thanks for the warning.
Sorry. Yeah, I know.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
warning.
I'm warning you now.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody step aside. Here I come.
Sorry,
Maybe.
Ralph. I didn't know they were going to razz you that much.
It's okay. You still love him.
Mark's been on him all day.
Well,
you know that?
why?
Now,
Yeah.
Oh, let me share.
yeah.
Let me share this with the rest of you. Here, hang on a minute. Oh, where's my? Oh, I gotta change this here.
Oh boy,
Right
here we go.
And I gotta turn that off. There you go. There you are for YouTube. There is no sound. This is just a little flash
Oh, I
promo.
see.
Sharing that over there on YouTube. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that Ralph? Not a fine looking dude. Look at that.
I don't see anything.
Well, it hasn't got there yet. It takes 30 seconds
Oh.
to a minute, Christy.
Well,
Calm
good for
down.
him.
It'll be there. The interwebs
All
are
right,
slow,
all right.
especially where you live.
I'm
It
very
probably takes an
impatient.
extra 10 seconds just to get you where
Very
you live.
impatient. Impatient person. Hey, guess what, guys?
What?
My grandbaby's coming.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
she was having contractions 10 minutes apart today, so
Oh.
she's due Friday.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
if she doesn't go totally into labor by then, they're inducing Friday night at 8. But she's already having 10 minutes apart contractions.
All right.
So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Do you see it now, Christina? You see it now?
I don't. No, I don't. I just see your chart.
Do you see it on YouTube?
I'm not on YouTube, Mark.
That would explain why you can't see it on YouTube, Christina.
Oh, okay. What is it? A picture of Ralph? I know what he looks like.
Oh.
Okay. All right, let me go to the damn YouTube. Hold on.
Why did I even go there? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm going.
know.
Don't take it away because I'm going there now.
It'd still be playing by the time you get there.
Okay.
If
All
not,
right,
you
go
can
ahead.
catch the rewind.
Okay. Thanks.
Good job, Doug.
Good
job. Look at Doug posting profits over there. Good job. Anyway, I do thank you all for being here today. We are live here 3 times each and every day, Monday through Friday. Coach is live Monday through Friday each and every week from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch him on all the things socials over there. And then what? Oh, I'm live from, what time am I live from? 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And at 5 p.m. each and every day over on our youtube.com channel, which is called American Dream Trading. All you gotta do is do a quick search, American Dream Trading. We have the aftermarket show with Dawn, and she has sometimes different themes during each day of the week, and I know she does now. Has a set schedule that she's running for now. Each day something different. And as you saw in that promo, did you see it, Christina? Ralph is going to be a special guest on there. Dawn will be interviewing him, and he will be, I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm not going to even tell you if I did, though. You'll have to tune in.
I said he's going to be a star.
He is a star. He's already a star.
He's a star.
He's a star.
Yes.
So anyway,
He's a star.
Ralph will be on there sharing his pearls of wisdom, however Dawn grills him and asks questions and stuff. So that ought to be a good show to get there and watch tonight. Get to hang out with Ralph. If you like, you could even join the panel with a live microphone and a camera. If not, you can also make comments just like you are presently doing with your chat box there. Why can't I get this here? Hang on. Just do that out of here and get my screen.
James L. thinks that you booted him out and he can't get back in. Zoom booted him out and he can't get back in because it's the end.
Who?
So, James L. He's like, Mark, did you boot me?
I didn't boot nobody.
No, but he's out and he can't get back in, he said. But that's because it's the end of the day. It's the end of the show. Can't get back in the...
Well, maybe. I don't know. Does the link go away or what? I don't know. Maybe the link went away. He can watch on YouTube like everybody else. There he is.
That's where he's at. That's where he's leaving messages on YouTube.
I didn't kick you out, James.
Hi, James.
I didn't kick you out. Ray, thank you for that gift there. Anyway, head on over to the aftermarket show. Head on over to the aftermarket show tonight at 5 p.m. right there on our YouTube channel. You'll also find over 2,000 absolutely free training videos also on that YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Get that membership. That diamond membership goes away at Sunday night at the strike of midnight, Monday morning. So once it's gone, it is gone. $5,000. Grab it now. Glad you could all be here. Remember, we are live here 3 times a daily. And at the conclusion of each one of those live broadcasts, they are available immediately for review over on our YouTube channel. Did I tell you what it's called? American Dream Trading. Thank you. .com. Well, the channel's not called .com. It's on YouTube. The website's AmericanDreamTrading.com. Get down there, grab that free Discord, and grab them memberships. They will go away at its current pricing Sunday night. Get her done. Get her now. Get it over there. What would Matthew say?
All right, all right, all right.
Mm-hmm. What would Woody Woodpecker say? What would the Kool-Aid guy say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Get over there. You know why?
You're the best around.
There we go. All right. Thank you all for being here. We will see you tomorrow. Make sure anybody you come in contact for the rest of the day that you'd be a lasting positive influence in their life, leaving with something positive memories, because you never know what's hidden behind that actual smile. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. And if you don't know what a bat channel is, Google it. That means you don't have any gray hair. All right. See you
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Mark. Good
All
night.
right. We will now play the outro while our members are quiet.